So yeah, but I won't, mince my words. There is definitely a large portion of the industry, not a small portion of the industry, who looks down upon television actors.
Hi guys, this is Ankita. You are tuned to PeepingMoon.com, and today once again we have with us Barun Sobti. This time I won't say he looks your chocolate boy typical. He's far away from your Arnav Sim Raizada. This time we have someone far different, Yusuf. Varun, what's with the mustache? What's with the Haryanvi slang? Like this is complete opposite.
Right. It's actually the complete opposite of the image that I have. Obviously, it came from me, so I have this somewhere inside me. But in all honesty, I enjoyed it a lot.
You enjoyed it a lot. Your fans definitely enjoyed it a lot. They have asked me to ask you, sir, isn't it very Ranveer Singh from Simba vibes?
I've not seen that film, so I don't know.
You're the first one to say me that,
I haven't seen that film. Yeah.
but I'll take that. But when, if I'm not mistaken, you took a short break from Asur, your Nikhil Nair character, and then you jumped in quickly to Yusuf from Halahal. Was it like that?
Uh, no, actually, I shot Halahal while we were shooting for Asur. We had days. We had a few days off, and Halahal was being delayed because of me for a while. So in those off days, I decided to take it up, and so the shoot for Asur was delayed a little bit. So technically, I've shot both these things simultaneously.
Well, doesn't it become difficult then to shoot two characters who are complete contrasts?
Uh, Actually, no, because I once I went into the Halahal mode, uh, I was only shooting like we shot for like, so I think 35 days or something, and I shot in Ghaziabad and Amroha and Delhi, places like these. So I was not coming back to Asur, so that was a good thing. When I did come back, it was uh, very taxing because then we had to shoot the captivity sequences of Nikhil Nair for Asur. So yes, it was taxing, but at the same time, यार फिर सारे आसान काम ही करे तो मजा ही क्या?
Because Nikhil also was not a very easy character.
It
Nikhil,
was a very difficult. Very tough.
Nikhil was, I think, one of the most strong-minded characters we had in our.
Right. It was very difficult. See, the point is that when you are casting uh, a genius kind of a character, you can't cast someone who does not convincingly look like that. That is one part. Okay, I do look like an intelligent person, but at the same time, there was enormous amount of literature that had to be gobbled up because Nikhil was always rah rah rah, the whole time. One, that took away a lot of energy. Then um, in this life of Nikhil Nair, these events happen. When they happen, it's an absolute tipping point of his emotions. So it was extremely exhausting, and that was the point. The point was that he had to look absolutely devoid and exhausted of emotion because he was so empty inside so many times. So in that sense, it was very demanding physically. I was pretty much tired the whole time I was shooting Nikhil.
Yusuf, uh, like people have categorized as they normally do. Oh, it looks like action, mystery, thriller. I find it a dark satire. It's like the
It
way,
is.
yeah, there's the dialogues you have, and the slang is pretty good. Like the way you, I would say the galis are refreshing.
Yeah.
So I can expect a certain kind of dark comic side to it as well, if I may ask.
Yeah, it's not a satire at all. It's a direct jab at the face of the society. It's a dark comedy. Yes, I would call it that. That's Zishan's way of writing. It's hilarious the way he thinks and the perspective he has on the world. It's phenomenal. So that's why it was so terrific, such terrific fun doing it. I think uh, uh, I personally am cut out for stuff like that. Where there's a lot happening. I get very bored when I'm not doing only one thing maybe or something. So yeah, so it is a dark comedy and it's turned out pretty well.
Coming to Zishan and Randeep, your director, they have
Right,
one thing in common. As we call it, it's an Anurag Kashyap vibe kind of school of,
right,
film
right,
there. How was it
right.
like? the trailer looks highly promising. You have amazing cast with Sachin Khedkar sir and some really good shots. So what was the vibe? Was it one of the key reasons? Like, okay, I'm getting in this Anurag Kashyap like zone. I gotta pick it up.
No, no. And Zisha has been a very good friend of mine for a very long time. For a very long time, for that matter. And I love the way he writes things. I am the not the. I mean, like I'm sure everyone who's followed me knows that I'm not the kind of person who looks at anything beyond a script. So when I saw the script, I loved the script, and I was actually not offered the script at the time I read it, because Zishan was generally, he writes something, he always makes me read it. You take a look, ki kaisa hai. He will narrate it to me. There's a lot of, so I that time when I was reading it, I had no idea that he was going to ask me to be a part of it, because there's a certain way the industry functions. People are cast based on what they've done, kind of a thing. So in that sense, he was very forthcoming and adventurous about it. It was really highly appreciable that you asked me, ki, will you do it? So at that time when I read it initially, I loved it, and I was like, it'd be great if I get to do something like that.
Why I asked you is because I read it somewhere. Your film highlights the Vyapam scam, is it?
It is based on educational scams. I see it's based on true events. It's a fictional account of true events. Like, these characters are not real. So it is based on the educational system, and the how murky our society is.
You just said, Barun, like how when writers come or directors come with script. I want to ask straightforward: does it still happen that just because you come from a bona fide TV star, a TV backdrop, you're cut short on roles because people are still somewhere hung up that maybe a TV actor cannot do a certain big ticket role sort of thing? Do you
That happened. That happened a lot. That happened a lot. It's now, so anyone's going to be stupid not to cash in on the way things are working out for me, but it happened a lot.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I remember I was speaking to Hina Khan, one of the other actors in TV, and she blatantly said out that somehow, unfortunately, just because we started from TV, the good scripts, beat from the red carpets appearances, everything, we are held a little back. And I don't understand why. Ultimately, it's just the craft we are talking about. That how
Yeah.
can you just brand someone, just because he acted in a TV, that he can't do a film or maybe a big web show? Do you think
It's a very
somewhere
sorry.
that ice? My point was this: did Asur help you to
Right.
break that ice?
Definitely, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's very naive of people to and to be honest, insecure as well. If a filmmaker was doing his job very well, and the actor was doing his job very well, and the outcome was not dependent on your image, that's getting creative. If you are just कि इसकी फिल्में चलती हैं या फिर इसका काम चलता है तो इसको ले लो, it's plain and simple stupid as what I feel. So yeah, but I won't mince my words. There is definitely a large portion of the industry, not a small portion of the industry, who looks down upon television actors, and I actually feel extremely proud that I've been able to twist that around for at least my own self. And I just want to say one thing, that people think that actors are as good as the programming of the television industry. That's not true. The programming is based on what people want to watch. That does not, well, you can't judge an actor's intellect based on what that person has been a part of. Over time, of course, the choice of scripts are different and everything. That's a different story altogether. But television, you don't have that option. You do a character, you just have to keep doing it for 2 years. You're contractually bound. So you can't, you'll be a nuisance if you stand up and you'll be like, कि मेरे को तो कुछ अलग ही करना है. It's so stupid. So you have to keep that in consideration. Only a sensible person would know all these things, and I think sensible people are the one who are the pioneers in the industry of creativity.
So, because with the recent turn of events, the industry has been going through a certain image makeover. I don't want to point out a certain event, but yes, the industry is going through a certain makeover. We are finally recognizing actors as we have been spoke. I think the last also couple of times I've spoken to you, it's all about actors. You have to disassociate from the concept of stars. That just because you have an image and just because you sell something, it's not necessary you will be able to sell the other script as well.
Right. Correct. Yeah. No, so the star thing is ना extremely India का culture ही ऐसा है मतलब India का हम India में ऐसे हैं not
Right.
the industry. Someone who's successful or has done well capitalistically, people start thinking this is the only one way of doing it. People are not adventurous, and I think it comes from the fact that we're still not as an individual nation, we're still trying to find our feet from being led by the British, then eventually, and now maybe the generation that's coming up is pretty confident of what they want to do, and that's very evident in the cinematic choices of the younger generation as well. So that's that I mean, the only constant is change. And we're with respect to the industry, we were in a terrible state. We're in a very progressive place right now. It's going to get better. People are understanding that it's only the script that has to be served, not the actor's image. So people are finally understanding it, and that's a great coming of age thing.
Yeah, because finally the conversation is starting, and it feels good that because see, there are voices, and then people are like, "Oh, TV pe kaam nahi mila, to OTT pe chale gaye." I differ. It's
Yeah.
ultimately work, and it can be any medium. And right now, strangely enough, the entire Bollywood is on OTT. So
Right, exactly. Yeah. Well, these are unfortunate times. I hope these get cut out sooner enough. But OTT, the point is, the OTT is rid of all the evils that television has and the films have. So it's a great space to be creative.
and yeah, and somehow personally the censorship, the non-censorship helps a lot to put across stories which somehow we have to hold back in cinema and TV both, because
Right,
there
right,
are certain lines there
right, right.
for audience read.
I absolutely agree. And if the another argument on this was that people are misusing the censorship, no censorship, whatever, ki faltu mein galiyan, faltu mein nudity, then that means the person that's making this comment knows na, ki this stuff is not required. So you're sensible enough to watch what you want to watch.
Exactly, because there are content consumers, and that's why the content is being created at the end of the day.
Right, correct, absolutely.
Well, I am going to thoda sa cut short. Your fans have shortlisted a lot of questions. Please
Yeah,
allow
yeah. Please, please.
good questions. The
Yeah.
first, which really intrigued me, that
Hmm.
at what stage of production is the film based on your script sacrifice?
Kya?
At what stage of production is the film based on your script sacrifice?
Oh, okay. Uh, we're finishing the screenplay right now.
So you have to write it for this one.
I wrote the story, and I exhausted my thought about the whole subject because it was like a lengthy, an extensive storyline I wrote, and then we're now doing the screenplay. It should happen sometime next year.
So are you starring in it, or
We'll see. I was thinking one point in time that I wanted to direct it. Then the producer that I gave it to, he said that you should act in it. But we've still not decided. We'll see.
I'll tweak the question here a bit, Varun. Do you really want to get into direction, or do you want to create content which otherwise, as there are actors who fiercely say no one else creates for them?
I will. I can easily do both. I doubt that if I can be an actor, director, and a producer in one thing, but I can definitely be an actor and a director in one thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Fans are going to be really happy.
Yeah.
Okay. What were you shooting in Kolhapur on your birthday? Can you please tell us about your secret project?
It's not a secret project. It's a web show that's gonna come out late November or early. Oh, sorry, late October or early November. What it is, where it is, I can't because I signed an NDA, but it's gonna come out soon.
God, they really keep an eye on you, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my favorite one. Barun, can you please tell us how to get your attention?
My attention is not that important, to be honest with you, but I'll tell you one thing. My parents have raised me well, so if there was anyone that I physically met, and or if someone called or addressed me, I will that person always has my full attention.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
you have got a lot of love from Egypt and Turkey. Oh my God, there were enormous messages from that place that we really want to see you back again. So yeah, I had to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you have been active on Twitter for a couple of days. Do you handle your social media? Please come on Instagram.
Maybe, yeah, sometime soon, hopefully.
The interview is sold. I'm telling you, told them you were coming on Instagram. It's done.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm trying to figure out a way where, at least, like, I absolutely know that no one is going to benefit from watching pictures कि मैं कहीं खींच रहा हूँ or whatever. But there, I've been thinking about a way how I come on Instagram and I'm able to either philosophically or poetically or logically benefit the people that are going to be following my handle.
Barun, is Yusuf based on any cop from Bollywood?
Does it look like that?
I'm not saying anything. This is the question.
No, I actually made a very deliberate attempt not to see any uh, imposed image of the cop in the cinematic world of our country. Uh, I've grown up in Delhi. I was not the most nice guy, so I've dealt with the cops a lot. And we know there's a certain way that cops up north in Delhi and stuff are. So we wanted to portray that image. Like, and a lot of my friends are Haryanvi, Jat, and so they're a totally different make, you know.
I'm
And
from the north side. This is totally different ball game. Totally different.
right, that's what I'm saying. So we wanted to portray that make, that like Jat people are the most hilarious people in the world. Like उनकी sense of humor मतलब अलग ही कुछ. You will never even think that this could be a joke kind of a thing.
They will just say it and they won't even realize the impact.
Yeah, and in the most terrible of times they would come up with the most brilliant of jokes. So I want to portray that, the reality of it, the vulnerability of it, we want to portray. So keeping it human, there was no way we were trying to make an aspirational image that people are going to have. We wanted to portray the reality in the real fashion.
Barun, your character comes across as Jaideep Alawat from Patal Lok.
You have no idea how much love and respect I have for Jaideep, so I would take that as a compliment and an honor for that matter. He's a phenomenal actor who's just starting to get his due now.
Yeah.
So but at the same time, Patal Lok was a very different story. Our narrative is very different. It's the depiction of the murky society that we live in, and even the story is actually very different.
Okay, last one. I'll make it quick for you. Barun, can we see you in a role of a gangster? That's something I don't think anyone would have imagined you as.
Why not? Yeah, if it's written well. Actually, in fact, there's a lot of stuff happening right now, and uh, so yeah, maybe, yeah.
Maybe. Because frankly, I have to just say this to you genuinely. When I was reading all the messages, these guys really, really have a lot of curiosity and whatever information they could procure. They are giving me details, and I'm like, guys, I don't have that much of time. I
Yeah,
wish
damn cool. Yeah,
I wish I could, but I'll definitely convey to Varun. And
yeah,
I'll make it the last one. Okay. I'm reading out a few names. Just say them a hi because please.
yeah.
Kritika, Afsana, Vidhi, Atya. Oh my God, there is Varda. We love you so much. And please, can you tell us, will there ever be any other Arnab Singh Raizada?
Hi, ladies. First of all, boy, you never know. You never know.
Never say never.
Yeah, never say never. It was an adorable character that I love playing. So I'm always going to be game for it. I don't know how much uh, prestige it's gonna have, or if it returns to the exact same thing, but I'll be game to give it a shot.
I really, really love talking to you, Varun. But seriously, this has been one of the most nicest conversations. Thank you so much. How
Thank you for having me.
you come on social media, your fans really, really need to talk to you. They have some keen interest in life. They're sending a lots of love for Sifat. They're
Oh,
hoping
cool.
good health. And I would dedicate this one to them because they have literally made it so sweet. You have
Absolutely. I just, yeah, the only thing I think I put it very I articulated it right the other day. I was talking to someone. Those all these beautiful people who've believed in me and argued for me with people that Barun is a capable actor. I think this is a win. It's a triumph for you guys. It's such a good time for me creatively, and all thanks to the people who stuck by me. I'm absolutely proud of the fact that you can now proudly tell people कि Barun ने अभी ये भी किया
But I'm actually more proud of the fact because the last time we spoke, you told me that your only focus is right now good work, and I can see that there's finally more of you we can see,
है.
and can't stop the good. I would say the good run which is right now happening. I'm just wishing
Yeah.
you the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.